All right, good morning. We're here for episode number 2 of Behind the Tech. Today is Friday, November 17th, 2017. Today we're going to be talking about uh, various reasons and why we have interruptions to our internet service here at school and in the district, county district wide. There are a multitude of things that can go wrong to cause the internet to go down. So we're just going to be talking about, in general, some things that happen and what we have to do as a result of that, and just to keep things running as effectively and efficiently as possible. There are a lot of challenges when you're dealing with technology, so that's some of the things we're going to be talking about today in our second edition of Behind the Tech.
What is the first step we take to fix the outages?
Well, the first thing I typically do is I look back in the main distribution facility down behind the library. Is I will check and see if we still have internet coming in from the outside. So there's a couple of lights that I check down there near the bottom of the stack. Once I determine whether it looks like we're having internet coming in from the outside, then I contact our county technology folks and get them involved, and then that starts the process of them looking at a lot of their instruments there at the district level and try to narrow down exactly where the problem is. So, for example, if we know that the internet is coming into the school, then we're going to start looking at the switch that converts that signal into our server, and then we're going to go from there and try to narrow down where the problem is.
Okay, and what are some steps the school can take to make sure that these outages happen or less likely?
I think pretty much that is out of our hands. We can try to make sure that the power to the particular rooms is working correctly. Most of the causes to these are either power outages, power surges, or just faulty equipment. Anything that's electronics can break. So we've gone the last couple of years, the county has done a really good job of upgrading our main equipment, the servers, the switches. They've installed a higher level, a faster network fiber. So that's all coming from the outside. And then we've also run 1 gigabyte. We've gone from 1 gigabytes from closet to our closets around the school, the technology closets around the school, up to 10. So that's a significant increase in speed. So then we just look at all our switches and make sure everything is updated as best we can.
So how long does it normally take to get the internet back up?
Well, it depends on the problem. Sometimes it's as easy as just rebooting something or restarting something. A lot of times it's a piece of equipment, and that could range anywhere from 2 hours to 2 days, possibly longer, although typically if it's a piece of equipment, a switch or something like that, we can get that expedited through our vendors. And if it's a piece of Cisco equipment, we can typically get that same day or at the very least the next day. We're fortunate that Cisco Corporation is in the Research Triangle Park, so we've even got stuff from the main office over there before to fix various things in our district. I'm not sure if that's happened at our school, but we try to bring all hands to bear to try to fix a problem, because as I tell them, and they already know, the internet is basically our lifeblood at our school. And if we don't have that, we're very severely limited in what we can do. I've tried to get them to realize at the district level, and I think they're starting to realize this, that the internet has to be treated like it's a utility, like it's a power or water. Effectively, school cannot run very well, at least without it. So I think they're really starting to understand that, and it's just a constant trying to remind folks of how important it is and what we use it for on a daily basis.
Is there any one specific reason the internet crashes?
No, it's a lot of times it's like I try to explain to folks. It's like the space shuttle taking off. There's about 1 million things that have to go right, and only one thing has to go wrong to make it not work. When you're talking about the internet, there are a lot of there's the wireless network, the wired network, which is all the cables that run throughout the school. But any one thing in that chain doesn't work coming in from Spectrum Internet or wherever we get our internet service provider from. When that comes into the school, then it's out of our hands till it gets here. Then when it gets here, it's our equipment. We have to make sure that that's working. So from that standpoint, it's just a lot of things that can go wrong, and everything has to be working in concert for it to work. It's like the same way with passwords. If you have 2 capital letters in your password and you're only putting a 1 capital in, you're not going to get in. So it's very specific things that have to happen.
If something was above your control, where would you report?
Well, I would call the executive director of technology, and usually before I get to her, I've already gone to a couple other folks. So if it's a Wi-Fi problem, I'm going to call the folks that deal primarily with that. There's a couple of engineers. If it's a wired problem, I'm going to contact the folks that run the switch and the servers at the county office level. If it's a computer problem, I'm going to call my local tech that services our school. He's the best one we have. So he lives near here, so I'm pretty close with him, and if I can call him and he can help me out remotely a lot of times. Just depends on, you have to be here a while. I've been at the school since it opened, so I can know pretty much who to call to get the quickest help. You don't learn that overnight. It takes time to figure out who to call to get something done.
And do we outsource our work when we're faced with outages, or does everything rely on you?
Well, we have contracts with different folks that fix different things. Most of the stuff at the district level and the school level is repaired and maintained by our district technology people. There's a shortage of them. We don't have as many as we probably need. There's only 6 people that go out and service the schools to support people like me. And then there's about 8 or 10 at the district level that work. And they have to maintain the servers, maintain the wireless network, maintain all of the internet connectivity to all the schools. We have 44 campuses, I think, now. There's a lot involved in that, and there's a lot of money spent on the infrastructure of that. And it would be nice if we had some more staff. I think the people we have are very competent, and they do a good job considering all that they have to be responsible for.
Thank you, Danehower, for coming in and answering our questions. We hope to see you again for episode 3.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate you guys putting this together and hosting this. Thank you.